Hi there. My name is Jenn Rice, and I wanted to talk today about addressing this fear that really we all have of putting ourselves out there. And this can apply to whether it has to do with our business or, maybe you're a creative that does writing or artistic work. It can be very difficult to, put ourselves out there like we really want to. So, I don't feel like I'm a natural self-discloser. Like I don't naturally just sort of share things going on with me or any fears or insecurities. Certainly I've had a position in medicine where I was supposed to be, and am supposed to be, as anyone would want, absorbing other people's thoughts and questions and being there for them. That's not a platform for me to maybe share things about myself that I want to share, or certainly not a creative outlet. So I found when I was able to kind of get out here and start sharing some things that I was passionate about, whether it be about, I love talking about the subject of mindset, the psychology behind some of the things we do, what we do, and, of course, failure and failing forward, of course, is something I've learned to adopt. And I hope that, it certainly comes across in a way that is putting out my creativity and my feelings in a positive way. So, you don't also have to be someone who loves the spotlight in order to share things that you're passionate about. Oftentimes people think that when they see someone on, Facebook Live, hey Chrissy, thanks for watching. I'm excited that you're here. I so appreciate you watching live. It's awesome. And so, a lot of people think, oh, well, maybe I took drama. And I have such stage fright, you guys. Like, full disclosure, I don't like speaking in front of a crowd. I am very comfortable, like, one-on-one or a couple people. I do not thrive in the spotlight. Although my mom will tell you, because I was an only child, I would do a lot of things for attention, but I don't think it was meant to be, in a platform way, of course. So, a lot of the time, though, we don't share our creativity or our thoughts or our passions because of fear that other people may reject what we want to share, or they may judge us for saying, well, that's not interesting to me. I mean, of course, all of these things go through my head, but I share anyway. So I wanted to give you guys, because I was reading Susan Cain. She wrote the book Quiet, and it's about introverts, and she shares really 5 ideas that can help you kind of power through doubts and to get to really be able to share on a platform. Not saying you have to go do Facebook Live tomorrow, but even if you're someone who enjoys writing or the arts, or maybe you've always wanted to do a book or be in a business, maybe this will help you kind of push through your fears to let your authentic self come through. So the first thing is she shares that you're in good company. She cites that Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, that he waited 34 years, that's 4 years, to publish his ideas on human evolution. And I didn't know this. I mean, I'm sure some of you teachers that might be watching are like, well, yeah, obviously, but I did not know. And he was super fearful of what people would think about his findings. And so he waited and suppressed these things, out of that fear. So know that you're in really good company. A lot of us don't know if what we have to say means much of anything, but you know what? We're looking at the power of one, and it's sort of putting out what you're passionate about and allowing people to decide for themselves, right? So the second thing, when it comes to social media and these kind of social media platforms, it's about self-expression and not self-promotion. So if you can keep that mindset that you're just expressing yourself, you're not looking for anything in return, you're not seeking a specific endpoint, just sharing, expressing yourself, not self-promoting. Third thing she talks about, and if you guys just join, I'm citing 5 things from Susan Cain. She wrote the book Quiet. She does a lot of writing about introverts becoming more comfortable with their fears and leaning into their passions and self-expression. So the third thing she talked about is training yourself to associate the idea of creativity or generation of creativity with pleasure. So what does that mean? Like, she said that she'll eat like a muffin while she's doing, I don't know, like creativity stuff, like writing and what have you. I don't know if I could eat something sweet every time I'm trying to be creative, because I am trying to keep my weight down. But if I could do something pleasurable, like when I was writing out what I wanted to talk about today, I was listening to Pandora, listening to a favorite station, the music I like acoustic guitar tunes, things like this. Everybody likes their own thing, and I like a lot of different kinds of music, but if you have something that's kind of generating pleasure for you while you're being creative, that can be really, really helpful. Fourth thing is work alone. She somewhat slams a little bit of this push culturally to do everything in groups, but yes, group collaboration is really amazing, right? We are so much better when we work in groups on, collaborating on various different things. But when you're doing the creative process, she talks about doing that solo, because for many people, creative thinking comes when we're alone, not necessarily in a group setting. This was the biggest surprise for me, number 5. I know a lot about science and medicine, but I did not realize that she was saying work at night. So tip 5 is work at night, because, okay, we have cortisol, which is our stress hormone in the body. And cortisol is at its highest in the morning, and then it kind of is going down throughout the day for most of us. So it's peaking in the morning and then just sort of trickling down. And although some of us say, oh, I'm a morning person, I think really clearly first thing in the morning. And it's like, okay, well, that's great, except that we are less inhibited at night. So she's saying if you're feeling like, okay, maybe first thing in the morning you can get a lot of stuff done, perhaps the most creative you are will happen in the evening. And you may find that you have a lot of great ideas, or certain things will flow better in the evening. So just food for thought. If you're feeling like maybe the mornings are not your creative time, there's some science behind it that maybe it's really not. So, oh, hey, Cassidy. Yeah, you just checked out the audiobook. Are you talking about the one Quiet from her? So I have not read it completely. I follow her blog, but I do think that I'm not sure. I wouldn't call myself an introvert, although I have friends. And okay, good. Yeah, the audio book of Quiet. So it was pretty fast for you. You found it to be a good thing to do versus the written form. I know audiobooks are a great way to kind of hammer out and get information while you're exercising, doing other things, driving, right? So I love that. But so one of my closest friends and business partners, she told me about a book called the Introvert Entrepreneur, and I think that she's been recommending that to other introverts who want to start their own businesses. I will say I have some introvert tendencies, but I'm also very extroverted, probably in, certainly my work in clinic, but also I do enjoy kind of being a bit extroverted at times, but I do enjoy my quiet time. I think coming on and sort of sharing more of your passions, especially in a social platform, there are probably some people that take to this like that, but I certainly did not at all. And I'm not sure if, you know, any personality types would necessarily, gravitate it more so towards the other. Like it doesn't, like I think when I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter if you, you know, you're not showing up to like put on a show. You're showing up to have self-expression and a platform to exchange ideas with people. So if you can kind of step into that mentality, I hope it'll help you guys. Any of you guys out there that are fearful of like putting yourself out there more, I hold back a lot all the time, but I'm just keep showing up, right? So thank you guys so much for watching me live today, and if you catch the replay, I appreciate you for sure. I have a business page, Jenn Rice International. I'm actually kicking up a bit of a platform that talks more about making an impact outside the exam room and sort of a bit of the mindset. And I'm hoping that over there, if any of you guys are interested in learning more about that, I'm gearing up a website and there'll be some great content there. And I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great week. Take care.